Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series reviews I would do for the wine. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I sure hope I'm hungry because this is a big one. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's a super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, yeah, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? What happens to be my A Killer's Confession shirt. Yay! What with the lead singer and such. Killer's Confession, otherwise known as AKC. They are a band that I'm a big fan of. I've been following them for several years now. Kind of famously, the lead singer, Waylon, he'd previously been one of the longtime singers in the band Mushroomhead. And then probably going close to a decade ago now, things split. He went his way, they went theirs. And he started up AKC. I became aware of him not too long after that because I was, I'm a Mushroomhead fan, so I was very much following what was going on at the time. And then, it took me a little bit to get out and see him, but, finally, I think I want to say 2021 was the first time I got to see him perform live, and really enjoyed it, thought the set was really fun. Waylon is badass, and, the other members are super fucking cool, too. It's really been awesome just watching them evolve and sort of create what AKC is now. And I can't say enough good things about them. I've actually got a number of videos of their performances I've attended. They're on this channel as well, just in case maybe you want to check them out. If nothing else, I'd be more than happy to kind of point you in the right direction as far as their music goes, because I think they're a really awesome band. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? It's a big one, eh? Well, yes, indeed, folks. So I went over there. I was going to go over there. I had some chores to take care of, things I needed to, to do out and about. And originally, I was just going to go over there, finish what I was doing, go to Dairy Queen, grab a Blizzard, do a quick review, all that good stuff. But I was like, well, it's lunchtime, I'm hungry anyway. So I was kind of thinking about the things in the area. And as I was driving on my way, I was going to go to Taco Bell. I remembered, oh shit, boom, there's a Scooby's nearby. If you're unfamiliar with Scooby's, they are basically a Chicago, Illinois hot dog spot that I personally am a big fan of. I've reviewed a few of their items on the show over the years. I've done comparison videos between them and Portillo's. This is their foot-long Maxwell Street Polish, which happened to be on special today. So, let's take a look. Yeah! That's all a thing. So yes, it's a Maxwell Street Polish, which if you're unfamiliar, oh man. I mean, it's an Illinois, Chicago institution food item. We got some grilled onions, we got some peppers on there, some mustard. It's a beautiful thing. Let's get a thing for the thing. It's like this. It barely fits. Ha 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 ha! Yeah. Oh, and because Scooby's is like a, again, like an Illinois kind of, focus location, this review is going to end up on my Eating Out Illinois playlist. So, let's have ourselves a Maxwell Street Polish. That is divine. I love Polish sausage. Okay, love it to death. And the thing is, my ancestry, at least on my dad's side, we're German. So of course you think brats and stuff like that. And I love some brats, but I'm not gonna lie. I hate to say it to my countrymen. I do love a Polish just a little bit more, man. Polish sausage, especially when it's done right, especially at Maxwell Street. Oh my God. Yeah. It's just, it's cooked to perfection. You bite into it. The exterior almost has like a light crispiness to it, you know? But you bite into it, it immediately bursts. There's just full of flavor. It's got that delicious garlic going on. Nothing in the world tastes quite like a Polish sausage, especially when it's done well. And it's one of those things, man. You know, I've mentioned it plenty of times before. I am very proud. I'm not always proud of my state. Sometimes I am. When it comes to our food scene, I'm sorry. I genuinely believe that we are second to none. At best, you can tie with us. And I think this is just a perfect example of that. But let's get into it with all of the goodness in there. And I got it on a French roll, so. It says a lot. It says a lot for the Polish sausage and how good it is. Even with the mustard, the grilled onions, the peppers. That's so good. Even with all that being the case, none of that diminishes the flavor of the Polish. The Polish is still the hero. It just has these new added things to go over there and kind of accentuate it a little bit. Because I'll be honest with you, I could have just eaten the Polish sausage by itself and been perfectly happy, but I wanted, you know, the full Maxwell Street Polish experience, because I do like a Maxwell Street Polish. And when you get it with everything, and here's the thing, some of you folks might know if you watch my channel, I'm not a big onion guy, but for doing this show, as many years as I have now, grilled onions, I've really come around on them. So this might be the first time I've had Maxwell Street Polish with grilled onions on it. It's entirely possible. I didn't know what I was missing out on. Seriously. You got the tanginess from the yellow mustard, the somewhat caramelized sweetness from the onions, and you go over there and you bite into one of those sport peppers, man, and it just, you know, not real hot, but it gives a little extra zing. And then, but on top of that all, is just that delicious garlicky sausage flavor. That is just, and the bread is really good too. Like, you know, you don't typically think about, nothing against, you know, Scoobies or anything like that. They're more kind of a diner type setting. You don't think about them necessarily using, you know, some proper French bread, but that's genuinely really good bread too. Not as good as I've had, but still very tasty. That's awesome. Two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Yes and yes. I think for me personally, you know, I've had Maxwell Street Polishes plenty of places. It's one of those things where you can get them pretty much anywhere in the Chicagoland area. There's lots of little spots that have them on offer. But to Scooby's credit, and again, I like Scooby's. I've been going there ever since I was a kid. I think they really fucking nailed this. I think it's the perfect representation of what the Maxwell Street Polish should be. It's done really well. It's cooked perfectly. Like I said, I like the bread. Folks, if you watch my channel long enough, you might know what's coming then. I'm calling this one the business, you know? And if you're unfamiliar with what that means in, you know, context of my show, when I say something's the business, that means that for all intents and purposes, I think that this item is essentially perfect. You know, it's, yeah, you could tweak things a little bit here or there, whatever, but it's essentially as good as it needs to be, you know? And I feel like that's what Scooby's has done here with their Maxwell Street Polish. And again, I'm not going to say there aren't better Maxwell Street Polishes out there. But fundamentally, this is doing everything I want it to do. It's delicious. Every bite makes me want to just keep eating. It's a struggle for me to not eat this right now and do the review. So, again, man, I personally don't think that Scooby's gets the credit that it deserves for being, again, you know, that sort of Illinois, Chicago type institution that they are. You know, Portillo's gets all the love, and Portillo's is fine. Don't get me wrong. They have a Maxwell Street Polish too, of course. But man, Scooby's, I feel like they fly under the radar, and I personally think that they're a little bit of a hidden gem honestly. But anyway, and if I'm recommending it, I mean, this is one of those things where, again, you don't always think about the Maxwell Street Polish as being part of that Chicago lexicon of, sort of our food scene, with like the deep dish, the Italian beefs and what have you. And of course, we do have the Chicago style hot dog. But for my money, personally, although I will give the Chicago style hot dog plenty of credit, I personally think the Maxwell Street Polish is way, way better. A million times better. I would just, I don't think it even comes close. I personally think if you come into Illinois, it should be the Maxwell Street Polish alongside those other things. Should be one of those destination items. And I think that, well, yeah, there are other places that probably do it a little bit better or do this, that, or the other thing. I think if you get it from Scooby's, you're going to get a really good example of it. So, but anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there, have yourselves a truly big-ass Polish sausage-tastic rest of your life, because as we do. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what's your personal opinion on Polish sausage? Are you for it? Are you against it? Do you prefer brats? What's your sausage preferences? Because like I said, I mean, I love some brats, absolutely, especially, freshly cooked out on the grill. They're amazing. Oh man, but Polish sausage, my dad used to go over there and get it from Polish delis, go over there, put it in a crock pot with some sauerkraut, man, just let it do its thing. Oh, that never lasted more than a day. Like we never had, no matter how much we made, we never had leftovers because we just demolish it. But I'd be interested to hear your personal preferences and stories regarding all kinds of sausage meats. Anyway, bye.